So did you know how tough Bronco was going to be when you were signing with BYU?
No, not at all. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of a shock the first day when we started camp and he was killing us. I was like, oh dang, like it's gonna be a long career here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're the No Bullshit, Just BullFit podcast. Today, we've got a special guest here, Alani Fua, a former BYU star and Cardinals player. How's it going, bro?
Pretty good. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, and thanks for coming on.
We're excited to have you.
So give me a little bit of background on you. Where are you from? How did you get into football?
So I'm from LA, San Fernando Valley. I grew up playing football. My dad played. My older brother played, obviously, and it was just kind of what our family did. I went to Oaks Christian High School. It's like a super bougie school. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but like my quarterback was Joe Montana's son. Our receiver was Will Smith's son. The Kardashians, I remember, came one day and they were touring it. They ended up going to Sierra Canyon, I think. But
Was Kim your linebacker? Or
I
Courtney
wish.
playing wide receiver?
No, yeah.
Oh, they weren't playing football. Okay.
They're the cheerleaders. But yeah, I know Will
makes more
Smith
sense.
would land his helicopter on the fields before the games. And
Holy
that's how he
gosh.
would.
Oh, no way.
crazy.
Yeah. So my school was pretty crazy. We were good at football. That was one of the reasons I went there.
Did you play any other sports, or was it mainly just football?
Yeah, so I did football. I wrestled one year, my freshman year. And then after that, I just did football and volleyball.
Did you do those in high school, or in high school did you mainly just focus purely on football?
No, I did football and volleyball in high
Okay,
school.
very
Yeah.
cool.
Which one of Will Smith's sons was on the team?
So it was Trey Smith.
Trey Smith.
His mom isn't Jada, so I mean, I guess people still know him, but he's not one of the, I guess, famous.
Yeah, the
He's
Jaden
the
one
one
looks
that-
way too small to play football.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah.
makes
So it's not
sense.
Jada or the girl. I forgot her name, but it's
Willow?
Trey. Yeah, it's not them. So it's
Trey.
Trey. He's older than them.
He's the one that the song "Just the Two of Us" is about.
Oh,
Maybe.
cool.
If you're
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that was his first kid.
Okay.
Just the
Yeah.
two of us.
Yeah.
We can make
Yeah.
it.
No, it was cool.
That's cool.
I went to Trey's birthday party. They rented out like a private club for us, and then Will Smith did the freshman song.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
How old were
So
you?
cool.
I was in high school. I was like sophomore year, junior year, probably. when that
wow.
happened. Yeah.
That's so cool.
So, but
Dude, what a high school experience.
yeah.
We were just trying to skip gym class.
Yeah, we weren't doing anything.
Yeah, and Wayne Gretzky's son was our other receiver. So yeah, there's just
Wow.
everyone there was crazy, and then there's just me, just a normal guy. So,
Just showing them up,
Yeah.
how they're on the field.
Yeah, how did you
Ended up
guys
being
end
the
up in
most
LA
successful.
and in this like bougie ass high school?
yeah. I don't know. I mean, my parents they went to LA when I was young. I just grew up there. I was in the valley, and then Oaks Christian is like 30 minutes away and the next valley over. But all of our home schools they weren't that good. They're just public schools. So my dad, I actually went to Crespi, which is an all boys school, my freshman year. And I got kicked out of there I was a bad kid at the time. I went to like 4 middle schools. Then freshman year, I got kicked out of that one. And then finally I went to Oaks Christian, got my stuff together. But yeah, I just went there for football. They're really good at football.
You seem like your demeanor is so sweet. How are you a bad kid? I'm really confused.
I was bad. I mean, my wife straightened me out. But I don't know. I have ADD really bad. So
I feel that.
yeah. So when I was young, I was just crazy. I did graffiti. That was kind of my thing. I don't know. I got a kick out of that. I just ride my bike around and go graffiti the train tracks or wherever. And that's how I got kicked out of Crespi. Is I was doing graffiti on the side of the freeway in the middle of the day. It was stupid. And one of our teachers saw us, and then, yeah, that was the end of that.
Dude, how did you get to BYU? What does that look like in high school? What are you doing to get yourself looked at? And what is this? Are you talking to scouts?
No. So I guess my school, we had college scouts at like most of our practices. It was we had a lot of good players. I actually didn't like football that much. I never did. I was just good at it. So yeah, I honestly didn't do a lot. Growing up, I wanted to be a skater. Like, that was my thing. I was tall, so I sucked at it, but I just
One sport where tall is not that
good. So I went to practice. I did my thing. Like, I enjoyed football while I was there, but outside of that, I didn't do much. I just was honestly lucky. I was blessed to be pretty athletic and able to make it as far as I did, but I honestly didn't do a lot outside of football.
So there's like, hey, we want you. You got a letter saying we want you to be here.
Yeah. So I got a ton of offers out of high school. I got BYU, Ohio State, most of the Pac-12. My wife now, we got pregnant my senior year of high school. So BYU kind of seemed like the best option at the time, because I actually got married while I was still in high school my senior year. So BYU just was the best option because we were LDS. I am LDS, sorry. And then I had a kid and I was married. So I was like, let's just go to BYU. It'll be the best fit rather than being the only married guy with a kid at every other school. Mm-hmm. So
BYU has more married or more people with kids than most colleges.
Yeah,
we're more accepting of those young relationships, I think, here in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we were talking a little bit about Mendenhall and his coaching style for BYU. I want to go into a little bit. It seems absolutely insane what he had you guys doing. Yeah. I guess there's some Navy SEALs involved.
I mean, Bronco was just real big on, I guess, mental toughness. So every day he was just trying to break us, essentially. He would show us Navy SEAL videos before practice, and make us do just crazy workouts. I mean, when I was younger, it felt unnecessary and kind of like, hey, let's play football. Like, why are we trying to kill ourselves? But, I mean, in the end, I guess immaturely in the moment, it seems stupid, but now that I'm an entrepreneur and an adult, it's paid off a lot. And I've actually reached out to Bronco a few times just in my adult life, like, hey man, I know we didn't get along at the time, but thank you, because it's helped me a lot. Like, I can't even explain it. But
how cool. So did he make you run more than necessary?
Yeah. Yeah. Every day we were pushing it to the limit, even past our limit, and guys were quitting. I quit a few times, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Like off practice, like, hey, I'm done?
No, there was a few times during practice. I don't know if you guys have been to BYU, but there's the indoor practice field. That's where we practice. We were just running. There's just one day I was like, F this, I'm done. I went to the bathroom, and then in the bathroom, there's a back door that exits the building. So I just left. I walked home. And obviously, I came back days later, but yeah, I was done. My dad talked me back into it.
So did you know how tough Bronco was going to be when you were signing with BYU?
No, not at all. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was kind of a shock the first day when we started camp and he was killing us. I was like, oh dang, like this is gonna be a long career here. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. Like, all my best friends now are from BYU. It was a good experience overall, but he was trying to kill us.
And did you have any special moments at BYU that you remember were like a big thing for you, or a game, or I don't know, you have a bunch of fans around you?
No. Honestly, most of my memories are just like hanging out with my friends, but there is one play. I had a pick six versus Georgia Tech, I want to say.
Sick.
And I always played with Kyle Van Noy, and you guys probably know him. He made a ton of plays, like always making big plays, and that was my first like really big play. And I specifically remember I ran down, scored, like crowd was going crazy, and I was like, dang, this is what Kyle feels like all the time. Like, this feels good. And then he came and we chest bumped, and it was cool. So that's probably my one play. Other than that is just honestly like ping pong in the locker room, just hanging out. Like, that was my
ping pong. Get very competitive?
Yeah, ping pong and shuffleboard. That was pretty fun.
Okay, so what was it like playing with Taysom Hill?
It was cool. Taysom is obviously a beast. Probably arguably just one of the best overall football players in general. I mean, the guy's killing in the NFL. He can do anything. He's probably the strongest guy on whatever team he's on, and he was the strongest guy at BYU, which is crazy for a quarterback. But as far as Taysom in general, like, it's kind of funny in football, offense and defense, yeah, we're on the same general team, but you're pretty, like, separate. Like, our meetings are separate. Like, we're on different sides of the locker room. So, like, Taysom's cool, love the guy, but we were never, like, super close friends just because I was on defense. I did not like him, but I'm like, hey, I want to freaking beat these guys every day in practice. So, yeah, I mean, love Taysom, but it's just kind of funny. There's a lot of guys, we're on the same team, but you maybe don't have the closest relationship with them just because your positions are so separate.
Yeah, they're pitting you guys against each other all the time.
Yeah. So deep down, I'm like, F the offense. Like,
but he's strong physically.
Oh, yeah.
One of the strongest dudes.
Yeah, no, he probably was the strongest guy at BYU while we were there, and I bet you if he's not the strongest is he still on the Saints?
I think so.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
If he's not the strongest, he's probably top 3. But I bet he's the strongest.
That's crazy.
Whoa. Yeah, and he plays quarterback. He plays special teams, or
I know he was early in his career. I don't know if they still have him doing that.
Well, he has played special teams.
Yeah, I think he plays quarterback, running back. I think they put him at receiver. He's just a football player.
So do you think he'd beat Tom Brady in a bench press?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tom Brady, weakest guy in the NFL. Taysom Hill, strongest guy in the NFL.
So was there a moment when you were playing at BYU that you realized you could make this a career? You could go professional?
I think that was always the goal, to make it to the NFL. But I never knew, like, okay, I'm good enough to go to the NFL until my brother went. My brother's 4 years older than me. He was drafted by the Panthers. And I think when he got drafted, because I don't know, you play and people tell you you're good, but you don't really realize it until, I guess, it becomes real. And for me, that was when my brother made it, because people always told us we're good. And then my brother actually made it. So I was like, oh, dang, like, maybe we are good. It's not just people saying that. So when my brother made it, it really gave me that confidence that I could make it. And then I ended up making it. I didn't get drafted. I hurt my ankle. Sorry, I have probably CTE, but I hurt my ankle my senior year. And I didn't play most of the year, and I think that's probably why I didn't get drafted. But I ended up making it as a free agent.
Cool.
On the Cardinals. So.
What was that process like?
Just like the draft and all that. It was pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of funny. A lot of the scouts are calling you and buttering you up the months leading up to the draft. And I was hearing things between 3rd to 5th round, and scouts were calling me and telling me, yeah, we really like you. But the day of, I mean, I kind of figured out the game for guys who aren't actually going to be drafted. They just butter you up so that once the draft is done, we basically pick where we want to go. Like, if you have multiple teams that want you as an undrafted guy, you get to pick where you go. And obviously you're going to go where you think the coach likes you the most. And I remember it was one of the Dolphins coaches. He was buttering me up and doing all this. But I ended up going to the Cardinals because I had the best shot of actually making the team. Come to find out, one of the linebackers there that was also a free agent, he was getting this. We were looking at our text from the Dolphins coach, and it was the same.
Oh, gosh.
Like, he was telling us the same exact thing. So it was cool, though, but it was a good experience. I mean, I was sad when I didn't get drafted. I cried. I didn't know why. I just started crying out of nowhere. All my family was there. It was kind of embarrassing because, everyone's waiting for you to get drafted, and then it doesn't happen. But overall, I mean,
you got picked up.
Yeah, I got picked up and made it. So.
And awesome. How did you recover with that injury? How did you repair it, or did it get repaired?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a bad sprain. I mean, I have a video of it I could show you, but one of my teammates tackled a guy and his legs whipped around right into my ankle, and it just twisted it pretty bad. And I just missed the season. I tried to come back a few times, but it just wasn't ready. But it just took time, so it wasn't anything crazy.
Did you notice a big difference between like training, prepping for games in college with Bronco compared to playing professional football?
Yes and no. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a ton of film. I would say the only difference between college and the NFL was the detail that we went into. In college, we watched a lot of film, but it was kind of just really general and broad. Like, hey, if they're in this formation, this is the play, or we think that's the play. But in college, we broke it down to like, hey, number 58 likes to do this move. This is his weak point. Like, we really broke down by player, and that was something that was a big difference for me.
And that's with the Cardinals?
Yeah, with the Cardinals. Yeah, so I played outside linebacker and inside backer. So we would watch the tackles. We would know like, hey, this guy's slow. You could beat him with speed, or hey, this guy's pretty athletic. Like, you got to do this move. It was a lot more detailed.
Very cool.
But
were you lining up against the other offensive linemen or the tight end, or?
Either the offensive lineman or tight end, or I played inside backer as well. So I was just off the line. But
looking for those gaps to open up and.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you move to Arizona or did you stay here?
No, I moved there. I just rented a house there for a little bit. But a lot of guys actually, when they're playing, say they're from Utah, they'll keep their family here in Utah, and then they'll just go to whatever city they're playing and do that, and their family will just fly back and forth. Because it gets hard after a while. You're bouncing around from team to team. You got to move your family around. It's hard on the kids and your wife if you got a family. But
I could imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you went 2 years with the Cardinals.
Yep.
And then you came back up. You had to do something. What was going through your head at the time? And you're like, okay, I need to do something else.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. So I mean, I guess this is kind of a bigger story, but I never liked football. I think I told you guys this. And even on the Cardinals, I tried to quit during training camp. Like, I was like, I'm over this. I'm done. So my whole life, I've kind of had this love-hate relationship with football where I was good at it, but I didn't love it. I just felt tied down. I have bad ADD. I need to be doing different things. And football life is mundane every day. Meetings, practice.
Super structured, huh?
Yeah, like all day. Basically, my whole day, every day, was scheduled every hour, and I hated that. So that took a toll on me. And not only that, I couldn't get an outlet ever because I can't go mountain biking. I can't do anything fun because if I get injured, then I get in trouble. So it's like it's football and then just hanging out, recovering, and that it was hard for me. So when I was done, I was actually happy because now I had all this freedom, but now I didn't have a job. So I was like this weird balance where I felt free. I could do whatever I want, but I didn't have work. So I did construction management at BYU. That was my major. So I applied, just for an entry-level job at a lot of these companies, which was hard because I went from the NFL, making a good salary to just entry-level job. So that was kind of like a punch in the gut, a little reality check. Luckily, I didn't get any jobs anywhere. And because my resume basically said football, like that's all I did. I didn't do any internships or anything throughout college. So my resume was just my name and football. That's all it said. So I didn't get a job. I couldn't find one. So I ended up just starting my own construction company with one of my teammates from BYU. So we have 10X Builders. That's our company name. There was 3 of us at first. It was myself, AJ, and then our friend Quinn, who also did construction management. And we were all class of 2010, so that's where the 10 comes from.
Oh, very cool.
Cardone, everyone else
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, so we wanted to just incorporate 10 in there because we were all class 10. We all have this tattoo. We got a friend tattoo. It's kind of corny, but.
Oh, that's cute. We all have friend bracelets.
Oh,
so.
really? Okay. Yeah. Are you sure you don't have anklet? Friend anklet?
That's next on the
cute
list.
idea.
We didn't think of that.
Yeah. Tattoos are cool, but friend bracelets, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So when you reached out to your friends to start this company, what were they doing at the time?
So I actually, when I came back, I just went to the Parade of Homes, and my partner now, AJ, he was working for another company who built that house. And then he kind of approached me outside the house like, hey, like, do you want to just break off and do our own thing? Because he was kind of ready already to leave the company he was at. And then I was kind of looking for something to do. I was like, yeah, dude, let's do it, because I don't have anything else going on. So we did that. We started it up, and we've been going since 2018. So
That's awesome.
Nice.
So circling back when you said you don't love football, okay, it was just more of something you were tied down to, you're really good at. How did you maintain the discipline through all those years of practice and training when, your heart's pulling you in a different direction?
Yeah, I think honestly it was my friends. Like, football is obviously a team sport, and all my best friends were on the team. So I enjoyed hanging out with them. I enjoyed, working out, and obviously playing. Like, football itself is fun, but football is not just the games. Like, if I could just go play a game every week, great, that would be fun. But football is all day, every day, and that's what got to me. But really, it was just my friends. I enjoy hanging out in the locker room, doing all that. So
Yeah, when it becomes work, it doesn't seem like a lot of fun.
yeah,
You have to wake up at 6 a.m. in the heat,
yeah.
go run in the grass or whatever.
And let me ask, as you're going through college football, you're going to play professional football, how are you able to maintain time with the wife, with your kids, and kind of keep that balance? I mean, it's hard for those of us that don't play professional sports to maintain that balance.
Yeah.
Coming from a professional athlete, how were you able to do that and balance that?
In college, I didn't do a good job. So I was just an 18-year-old kid who was married with a kid, and then also trying to live my college life. And I didn't balance that well at first. Me and my wife, we got in a lot of arguments while she was trying to straighten me up, like, hey, be a man, come home with us. But meanwhile, my friends are all playing Call of Duty or whatever. And I was 18. I wanted to do that. So I honestly didn't. It probably wasn't until my junior, maybe even senior year, where I finally, told my friends, like, hey, we got to chill out. I got to go home. But it was hard because, I mean, just being an athlete and a student is already, that's all day. So I would just come home in the evenings and hang out with my wife. But then obviously there was the days where I had to go hang out with my friends and then had to deal with my wife when I got home. But by the time I got to the NFL, it's kind of nice because it's just football all day. So, I mean, you start at, I don't know, it depends, 6 or 8, and then you end at 3. And then I don't have school, I don't have work, I'm done. So the NFL is actually pretty nice in that aspect, that I could just go home and hang out with my family.
NFL training camp is coming up. What was that experience like as an NFL player?
That training camp is terrible. That's the one thing I don't miss, like, for sure. Like, that's actually when I quit my rookie year. It's basically, I want to say it's 8 weeks.
Wow.
You're just in a hotel, 6 a.m. to probably like 8 p.m. You're just meetings, practice, more meetings, practice, meetings, like all day for 8 weeks. It's terrible. But yeah, I mean, that's training camp pretty much.
Meetings with what?
Just learning plays, watching practice. So basically, I guess I don't fully remember, but say we would wake up at 6 or 7, have breakfast, have meetings for 2 hours. That would be going over new plays. And then we would practice. Then we'd have lunch, meetings again to watch practice. And then we'd practice again and then watch that practice again.
Dang.
And yeah, so I mean, it sucks because in the meetings you're just getting, if you're messing up, you're getting in trouble for 2 hours during the meetings, which sucks. But yeah, and that's just for, I want to say 8 weeks.
Alani, you can't skateboard on the field, bro. we saw you tagging the GM's office with a giant dick on there. We'd ask you to please stop doing that.
Yeah, no, training camp was rough, man. Like, even luckily ours was at our stadium. I actually I didn't ditch. I left one night. So in Arizona, you have the stadium. It was State Farm. It's called something else now. It's like, I don't know what it's called. and then our hotel was right across the street. But one night there was Guns N' Roses concert, and I don't love them, but it was cool enough to be like, I really want to go to that. Like, I'm tired of camp. Like, I want to go across the street and do that. And I missed that because while we're practicing, they were setting up the stage and like warming up. So I was like, oh, this is sick. Like, I want to go. And so I missed that. And then the next week, Metallica came, and I actually really liked Metallica. So when they came, I was like, F this, I'm going.
Nice.
And I left one night and went, and yeah, it was probably the most fun. I went by myself. It was really fun.
You didn't pull anybody along with you?
No, I just
probably smart.
It was just incognito. I just left.
Covert.
Yeah. And it was probably like one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Really? How did you sneak out of the hotel? Like,
I mean, we're not locked in the hotel, but I just left and didn't.
It's his very small 6'6", 250-pound body frame that he was just able to, walk past everyone.
Everybody watched him. Everybody knew he was that too. Yeah. He's like, nobody can see me.
No one can see me. Yeah, we can watch it.
Yeah.
We all can see you.
Well, and the worst part about that is I wasn't practicing at the time because my knee was injured. I had a scope. And so I left, and the next day they were mad I told them, I was like, yeah, I went to Metallica. They're like, dude, you're not even playing, your knee's messed up, and you're going to Metallica. So I got in a little trouble for that, but it was worth it.
That's all that matters. Metallica. That sounds.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Really good. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us the new kick rule. They line up closer together, and there's going to be a kick zone, so no more kicking through the uprights on kick returns.
Yeah, I've as a player, I don't like that. Or I guess, I don't know, I'm 50-50 because I did kickoff. And I understand, you got guys running full speed into guys just waiting for you, and I get the danger there, but I did enjoy when they just kick it in the end zone or running down. You see it's in the end zone, and you're like, oh, we're good.
That's the best answer right there. That's fantastic.
Every time you're running down, you're like, oh, end zone, all right, we're good. That's like the best.
Alani's like, yeah, I can go back to the sideline now and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, because I remember so in the NFL, based on when you're drafted, determines how much money, because obviously you have your salary, and then your pay per play is more the later you were drafted. So like first round guys, their salary's so high, so they don't make as much per play because they're I guess betting, or I don't know what you want to call it, that they're gonna play. But an undrafted guy, his salary's less, but when every play you're in, you make a lot more. I want to say it was like $500. So every time I was on kickoff, I'm like, cool, $500 right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Interesting.
So, yeah, but like a first round guy, he's probably making like, I don't know, 50, like I don't know the actual number, but it's like 50. It's like nothing because they're already getting so much for their salary. So everyone else has to try to get player performance bonuses to get
Interesting.
Wow. So guys in the NFL who are starting, who are undrafted, are actually, they make a ton of money. It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
But
$500 per play.
Yeah. So that was kind of my motivation when I was on special teams. I was like, all right, sick, $500. And then they kick it in the end zone. I'm like, cool. I just ran.
I just made a check.
Boom.
Money in the bank.
Yeah.
Alani's spin on it.
6 seconds of effort, $500. That's pretty killer. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, the new rule is cool. It saves players. But as a player, that means kickoff, you're getting action, which is fine. But there's no free plays.
No more free play.
That's fantastic.
Gaming the system the whole time. Yeah. Okay, and then you've got drop tackles, which I guess some people are getting slammed on their heads or something. They're changing that.
Yeah, if I understand it correctly, it's basically just when a small guy is tackling a big guy, a lot of times they'll make contact. Obviously, if you have like a little 150-pound DB tackling a 260-pound tight end, that tight end's not going anywhere. So they tackle them and just like throw their weight down to tackle them, which I can see that's dangerous. But also, what are they supposed to do? Like sometimes you make contact. Yeah, you make contact, and the tight end's going this way, so you're just naturally thrown that way. So I would be curious how they call that.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one to call.
Like, hey, was this on purpose or was it an accident? So
Yeah.
probably screw over a lot of games with that rule, I would think.
It's
I
gonna
feel
have
like
a
it's
bunch of
just to
dudes.
protect Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a bunch of 150 pounders just jumping on top of these huge tight ends.
Like cartoons.
Yeah, 5 of them on them.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think the NFL, I see it from both sides. They're trying to protect their assets, their players, but it's also making it hard for the defense because now we have to think about all these things when we're making a tackle, like, oh, don't hip drop, don't lead with your head, don't like. It's not just like, hey, see the guy, hit him, get him down. It's like, don't do this, make sure.
Yeah, it's
like,
tough.
So it makes it hard. And then if those guys do that, you're getting fined as well. So you hip drop, you're probably going to get a fine.
Interesting.
So I think, I don't know all the rules, but there's probably a fine involved with that.
$500 for the play, and then
$500 for the play. The
5,000
fine's
for the
probably
fine.
like $15,000 or something. Yeah. I never got fined in game. I actually got in like a small fight in the game, and I didn't get fined, and I was really surprised when I came back to practice the next day that I wasn't fined. So I was like, oh, thank God, because I like palm punched the guy, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting fined for this, and I didn't. But my only fine was actually pretty bogus. So if you miss practice or you miss training or a workout, you get a fine. I want to say, like, when I was playing, it's probably more now. I would say it was $5,000 to $8,000. But I was rehabbing my knee, so I had to go to training every day.
Mm-hmm.
And one day we got a new trainer. So I'd say I train with guy A every day. Every day I train with him at this time. And then the next day, a new trainer came, and he wanted a different time, but I didn't know this. So I missed the training, but that's just because they switched my trainer, and I didn't know this. And he reported me as missing training, and I was fined. And I was like, I tried to talk to the coach. They're like, no, we're not doing that. And yeah.
Dang.
wow.
That's a horrible way to get fined.
Yeah,
That's all
I've never
that
seen
matters.
Metallica. That sounds.
Yeah, no, it
that
was
sounds awesome.
really good. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us what do you think about Bodacious, our pre-workout? How are you feeling on it? You've had it for a bit now,
Yeah.
and yeah, you're starting to hit the gym again.
Yeah. No, I mean, you guys sent me that care package, like 2 weeks ago, and I've been setting my alarm at 5:30 for like 3 months, and I haven't gone. I just let it go. It's probably just messing up my sleep, so I don't wake up till like 7:30. So I haven't been working out, but I've been wanting to. So finally, you guys sent me that, and I was like, all right, I'm going to just take this, and I'm going to start going. But ever since I've been taking it, I have been working out really well. I feel like I get a good pump. I don't get itchy or anything. And definitely what I have noticed for sure is towards the end, I go on the treadmill and I run like a mile or two, and I've just felt like great. Like I want to go more. Normally I just run like because I have to, but I'm actually kind of enjoying it. Like, oh, this feels good. Like I want to keep going. And actually, what was it? What day was Pioneer Day? Wednesday?
24th.
Yeah,
Well,
24th. Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, I went, worked out, and then my wife called me like 30 minutes after my workout, like, hey, I'm going to go work out again. And I was like, great, because when I was running on the treadmill, I had to leave to work real quick, but I wanted to stay longer because I was feeling good. And so when my wife called me, I was like, all right, I'm leaving work. I'm going to go get back on the treadmill. So I basically
Dope.
ran a ton, and I think it's from the
Wow.
Bodacious. Like I've been feeling really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No crash, like no itchiness or any of that. So
That's
been nice.
fantastic.
Yeah, we hear that across the board, and that's, when we're experimenting on ourselves, we're all like, my second hour in, I'm like, I feel like I was 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Why? Hey, pharmacist Todd, why is he feeling this way?
So, as we said before, the ingredients that we used, first off, their purity is spot on. Whatever's on the label, that's exactly what you're getting in the body. It's been tested, it's been tried, so you know you're getting that full amount every single dose. And then the ingredients that we use, the combination that we have, the ingredients just work so well together. So everything from blood flow to cognition, mental performance, and then even in repair and recovery. So when you're done running, you're done exercising, you're going to maintain kind of that good feeling, and it's going to help you with little injuries or just repairing the muscles and getting you ready and prepped for the next workout. So
I believe that because part of the because I haven't really worked out super consistently since I stopped playing. Because even if I go do like squats with the bar or even like 135, like just really like I don't go heavy anymore. Like I'm just trying to look good naked for my wife, so I'm not doing anything crazy. But literally, if I go do like 135 and some
presses,
leg presses, like super light, my like where my butt connects to my hammy will be, I'll be handicapped for like a week because it's so sore just from doing nothing. But I will say, since I've started working out, and I didn't know this, but I haven't been getting that these past 2 weeks. Like normally I'll go squat and I'm like, all right, I'm not going back to the gym for like a week till I feel better. And I haven't been getting that. So
that's fantastic.
If that helps with that, then I
Absolutely.
believe it, 'cause I have been not as sore.
So
as
cool.
normal. So.
And one of the big things too with what we've done is the goal is to have you take it every single day.
Yeah.
It's not something you take once, you feel good, you bust through a workout, and you crash the rest of the week. As you take it every day and you're getting those ingredients in your system consistently, you're just going to feel better the more you take it.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic to hear. We love to hear that.
Yeah.
Alani, you think it's nice if somebody leaves a couple 45-pounders on the bench for you, or do you think it's a better idea just to put away your plates after you're done?
That's hard. I think normally, like in a football gym, you always leave a plate on. Like nobody's doing less than a plate, so it's nice to leave a plate. But
so it depends on the circumstance where you're at.
Yeah, but I leave plates. I don't know. I'm that guy, I guess. But
you're creating jobs, I think, is the way I like to look at it.
but I don't know. I think at the actual, like at a normal gym at Vasa, I guess rack your weights. But I still don't.
You heard it here first.
I still don't.
Rack your weights.
You go ahead and frag them.
Do as I say.
I'm not going to rack
Not
them.
as I do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Wiping after you've worked out, wiping the bench. You think it's necessary or what? You haven't worked out with me. I'm a sweaty mess. I'm like Shaquille O'Neal in the fourth quarter after like a small run. So, yeah.
It's like when he's at the free throw line, he's just wiping that sweat out of the ice. That's Josh there towards the end of the workout.
Yeah, so I definitely have to wipe up after. Otherwise, it's just a puddle and somebody's going to get hurt. They're going to slip.
I think if you're in like a tank top and you have sweat all over the bench, wipe it up. If there's not sweat all over the bench, don't worry about it.
I played enough football to where no one wipes it. We're just kind of laying everyone's sweat, so I don't care. But I think at a public gym, I think you're right. Like if I'm benching and I get up and I had a swass mark, but it disappears in like 5 seconds, I'm not gonna go wipe nothing. But if there's like actual sweat, maybe I will. I usually still don't. But I definitely don't wipe the treadmill. I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
Treadmill.
Yeah, who the heck wipes a treadmill?
Well, like the hand area. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like,
I don't wipe anything. I also don't use toilet seat covers, so that explains.
Okay, now we just opened Pandora's box right there. I'm like 3 inches of toilet paper, then the plastic wipe.
No.
And that's if it's an emergency.
Alani's great with his answers. Like it's like always going to be an answer we weren't expecting. That's basically what's happening.
It's fantastic though.
If there's not pee or a hair, I just sit down.
Just sit down.
I used to be like that.
There's studies
but now
that
I'm like you.
that show that like the thing that you put on the cover, the seat cover, actually attracts bacteria.
Oh really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm cleaner than you guys.
Never using that.
Yeah.
I've been cleaner this whole time.
Pet peeve number 3: if somebody comes in the middle of your workout and ask if he can work in between your sets, do you let him work out with you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd say that's how I met like half my friends at the gym. It was just sharing a machine together and getting to know them, and then after that, you're friends.
Yeah.
How
the
about
whole
you,
gym
Ben?
functions better because then fewer people are waiting for machines. The whole thing flows better. Everyone's getting their workouts.
I think machines, yes, but if we're like benching or squatting, no one ever asks me to work in. Maybe I look mean or something, but no.
When you're your size, they just leave you to your business. Don't bug that one.
It's like I can't do that many plates.
But I think on a machine is fine. But if we're sharing a bench, and you have to go less than 135, and we have to like take all the plates off, then I think that's annoying.
Yeah, if it's a
that's
free weight
true.
situation, that's
Yeah.
totally different.
They have to work out
Yeah.
the same weight as you.
Yeah, or
That's a
similar,
given.
like where it's just
unless
hey,
it's a
we'll just
machine.
remove a plate.
Unless
Yeah.
it's a machine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's a good point.
but no one ever asked me, so
Next time I see you, I'm going to
Yeah,
go out of
just
my
ask.
way. Can I could work out with you?
And then take off all the
And then
plates
take
on the
off all the
bench.
plates.
Put a 10 on each side. Okay, so water bottles to claim a machine or, whatever workout. What do you think about that? I have an idea personally, but yeah.
Let's hear it. What's your idea?
Okay, I'm going to ask the question and then I'm going to answer my own question. Okay, it depends on how long they're gone. If somebody has a water bottle there and they leave for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, like no way, that's not yours anymore.
Yeah.
You can't just leave your water bottle there. Dude, there was some dude that was gone for like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I watched this machine. There's only one military machine press at Lifetime. And dude, the guy was gone for 10, 15 minutes. And I went on and he came back enraged. And I was like, dude, you're gone way too long. Sorry, no way. If you want to work in between, great. But he was having a fit. And I'm like, you just took a shit for so long.
Yes.
And then you're going to come back here
Yeah.
and get mad. Like, no way. There's a time.
And someone else could have done a full workout in that
Oh, yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I think if you're not actively like doing a superset, then it's not yours.
Yeah.
I'm not good with confrontation, so even if someone left it there for 10 minutes, I wouldn't go take it because I'm either super chill or I like freak out. So I just stay relaxed and I don't confront anyone.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
Don't wake up the beast.
Yeah, so I just stay happy. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there like, and I actually don't know, so I'm asking, is there like mirror etiquette?
Mirror
Like
etiquette.
say
You can only look at yourself for 30 minutes and any 45-minute workout session.
No, like, okay, at Vasa, you got in front of the dumbbells, you got all the benches. And then say I'm behind doing my curls or whatever, but I've got like 2 rows of benches in front of me and a guy doing shoulder press. Is it weird to like be in their line of sight? Is there any rules against that? Because I do
That's
it.
a great question.
But I'm always like, I don't know if this.
How
is
are you
like-
looking at the guy?
I don't look at them, but I'll
like
look
look at
right
his
next to
lips.
them to where they might think I'm looking at them, but I'm really just looking at myself. But their head is like right next to my head in the mirror. So it's like I don't know.
No. Okay, chances are they don't care what you're looking at, and nobody's watching you for a
So
while.
there's no like mirror
No.
distance. Okay.
No mirror.
Probably not.
You
I
want
mean,
to
we'd
get
have
to the
to
side
see.
to make sure that they can look at themselves, and so your form's okay, so you don't, preventing injury.
Yeah.
But you want to be next to each other is totally fine.
If a girl gets in front of you in front of the mirror, she's trying to get you to look at her. Or
Yeah.
or guy. I mean, it's 2024.
If they do
whatever
that,
it is.
watch for a camera.
Yeah.
It's probably being filmed.
Right?
Oh yeah.
If you get busted, call Joey Swole. He'll save you.
And even if someone doesn't like it, no one's going to say, like, dude, you're blocking the view
Yeah.
of myself in the mirror. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I will. Hello. Can't you
This
see?
is my mirror space.
Yeah. Can the rest of us use the mirror?
now, like, but when you're doing it, like, I don't know, like if someone's doing shoulder press and I'm trying to do some curls, like I'll try to like, get out of their way so they can see their form at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes at Vasa, like there's
Yeah,
so
there's-
many
yeah.
people, we're all in it together. Like, I don't think anyone's going to get too upset with it.
What if you're doing curls and then someone shoulder presses in front of you?
Oh,
Still
that's messed
fine?
up.
Yeah.
Oh, you just move to the side.
Yeah, just move to the side.
and give them a dirty look.
You're polite. and
Wow.
then you get-
Thanks a lot. Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that. That's annoying. Okay, everybody is filming themselves at the gym these days, it seems like. How do you feel about that? Do you usually get in the camera, the line of sight with the camera while they're doing it? Or do you like to stay away?
I don't care, honestly. If they're filming and I have what I'm doing is in their thing, I don't care. I won't go in between, obviously, but if I'm behind them in their video, I don't care.
You
Just
seem like
stare
the
at 'em.
easiest person to get along with on the planet.
Oh, what do you like to do when they have a camera?
I'm the same way. It just doesn't bother me at all.
So you're the second easiest person to get
I
along
don't,
with on the
I don't
planet.
know. I actually completely
It's
agree
the
with
same answer.
with what Alani said. Like, when you're at the gym, like, it's not worth it to get frustrated to ruin your workout. If someone does something that bugs you, like, we're all just trying to get healthy. We're all trying to look better. We're all trying to feel better. Like, there's going to be things that bug you here and there, but don't let it ruin your whole workout if someone does something that doesn't have a little bit of etiquette.
What if it fuels your workout?
It's great. Use it. Just don't cause a scene to where it ruins someone else's workout, if that makes sense. But yeah, like filming, I mean, I love that people are hustling. Sometimes it's their way of making money. Like, if that's what they're shooting for, and
Who's making money doing that?
so many people.
Influencers.
How do you
Yeah,
make
all those
money doing that?
influencers.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, at Lifetime, there's some influencers that make some money with their stuff that they're filming.
With their what stuff?
Just their workouts that they're filming.
Their workout stuff?
Mhm. Absolutely.
What kind of stuff are they filming?
Their workouts at the gym.
Their workouts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. They make money filming their workouts.
Oh yeah, and then they talk about it.
Not their assets or...
Oh, you could consider their body an asset. Sure.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't bother me, the filming. Now, I have seen at the gym 15 people filming, and it was taking up multiple like machines, and I was like, that's a little much, like in the middle of the day.
Yeah, they had a lighting crew.
Yeah. That's a little
Audio
much.
crew.
Talking about us?
No. No, we're okay. If I'm doing it, it doesn't bother me at all. But if other people are doing it.
As long as we're a part of it, then it's totally
Okay.
fine.
I have another one. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm just doing all the things that I do that I'm not sure if people are mad at me. If you're doing like, this is the only one I do, like if I'm doing heavy shrugs with dumbbells and it's like 120, and I just pick it up and do my 10 right there real quick,
Just
right in front of the rack.
Just
Is
fine.
that fine?
That's
Yep.
how I do it too.
Yeah, totally
Okay.
fine. You gotta be safe,
Yeah.
dude.
Even if you're in front of someone doing curls.
Yeah.
When you're doing
No,
that heavy weight,
That's the only one where I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm
Stay
not
there.
carrying
Pick it
this
up,
all the
hang
way
it
over
up.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, you could get injured. So that's totally fine.
Do you guys work out 5 days a week?
sometimes 6,
7.
sometimes 7.
Yeah,
If
every day.
How do you-
gotta, man?
How do you break up like Mondays legs, Tuesdays upper? Like, how do you do?
It's pretty much how you do it. Yeah, I do, it'd be like Monday legs, Tuesday chest, Wednesday arms, and then we go Thursday back, Friday legs, and then Saturday shoulders, something like that. You just want to get legs in twice to 3 times.
Yeah.
And then you could do whatever. I mean, yeah, that's how I do it. I don't do I'll do arms, I'll do tries and buys on the same day,
Yeah.
but I'm not a fan of, push pull, just give it a full back day.
Yeah,
or a
that's what
full
I was gonna
chest
say.
day.
Because I feel like I've always followed a workout. Now that I don't have one, I don't know what to do. So I do push pull. So then, like by Friday, I'm either doing the same upper thing again or something. So I was.
And there's
just
no
curious.
right or wrong way.
Yeah.
Like you watch anybody's routines, all these different bodybuilders' routines.
Yeah.
They're all going to be different, way different. And there's no right or wrong way of doing it, really. It's all your body.
Yeah.
One thing to keep in mind, if you can give the specific muscle that you've worked out 48 hours of pretty decent rest, you're good to train it
You're
again.
good.
So kind of like when Josh said, like legs on Monday and again on Friday, that's a good amount of rest to do that same muscle 2 times within the same week. And then, just whatever you want to focus on, whether that's an arm or shoulder or legs, like I would try to do that 2 times a week. And then just whatever, routine split you enjoy doing, stick with
do
it.
that, yeah.
Yeah, you look at your body and say, what needs the most help? I'm going to make sure to do that twice a week at least. That's what I do. So chest, I'm hitting twice a week right now.
But yeah, just like Josh said, no right or wrong.
Yeah.
And you can do Kegels or abs, every day too. So that's totally something you can do every day.
I do those every day for sure.
Okay, cool. That's really smart.
We could tell.
What? How can you tell?
You can just tell when a man's doing his Kegels on a daily basis.
He's got that look.
He's got
They
that
got a
look.
glow to them.
Eye of the tiger.
I can pick up this sofa pad if I stand up right now.
Let's see it. That would be wild.
Oh gosh. So with your new business, everything going on, where can people find you? Are you on social media? How can they reach out to your company?
Yeah, so we're 10X Builders, Instagram, Facebook, just the number 10X Builders. Mine is Big Daddy Fua on everything. But yeah, if anyone needs a home or wants to build, just let me know. I'll help you guys out. So
Very cool.
Okay, brother, we really appreciate you being on the podcast, and you have such a cool story. Awesome family, good man, super honest. Holy cow, brutally honest. And yeah, we appreciate everybody tuning in. See you next time.